like us to just explain a little bit more about what the Visa Bulletin is all about. This is a topic that's very confusing for many healthcare workers around the world. Chris, do you want to explain what the Visa Bulletin, how it actually works?
Right. So the Visa Bulletin comes out monthly, usually around the middle of the month for the next month. So we saw last week the Visa Bulletin came out, I guess it was Thursday, April 13th. And so first, I think, takeaway, Tanya, is that actually it's the May Visa Bulletin. And so everything we're going to be talking about here actually does not take effect until May 1st. And so from now, April 17th, for about the next 2 weeks, we're actually working under the April Visa Bulletin, which was released about 30 days ago in the middle of March. And what the Visa Bulletin is the U.S. government is allowed, or USCIS and the State Department are allowed 140,000 employment-based visas each year. And if they receive more than 140,000 visa applications, the State Department is forced to retrogress the number of visas such that, and I'm not going to get into the entirety of the calculation, but the key thing is that they're allocated through a U.S. statute, both by EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and then they're also allocated by the country of birth of the applicant. And so the dates that we see come up are the State Department's way over the subsequent month and ideally future months to sort of stagger these visas so that ideally, the 140,000th visa is used in September. Why September? Because the U.S. fiscal year runs from October to September. So ideally, they're producing or approving something like 12,000 visas in October and November and December, all the way to September when the 140,000th visa is issued. If they move too fast, then the 140,000th visa may be issued in June or July or August. If they move too slow, which happened a little bit under COVID, then actually they get to September 30th and they have not used 140,000 visas. And again, without getting too technical, the law tells us what happens with any of that excess.
Okay, thank you, Chris. So that gives us clarification of what the Visa Bulletin actually is. It's a very confusing topic, but basically it's saying that the numbers have run out, right? Or the numbers are oversubscribed.
They're expected to run out, I think, is the best way to think about it.
Okay, so thank you for clarifying. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I think it's important to know that they haven't run out, which is why the Visa Bulletin came out, for instance, with the Philippine and or all other EB3 of June 1st, 22. So we know they haven't run out because we know, I'm sure the rest of the panelists know as well, a number of our clients who have priority dates from May 22 and earlier. And so that's how we know they haven't run out. But what we do know is that the government expects them to run out. And so it's only allowing those older cases to continue to move through the system.